Yo people, what's going on? It's your boy John, coming back to you again with another video. How's it going? I just came back from the gym and yeah, I promised I was gonna make some bodybuilding videos, so this is the first one, okay? A lot of us guys, we get into bodybuilding, okay, because we see these pictures. I don't know what you, when it comes to bodybuilding, I don't know what your inspiration is, but for me personally, it's the golden age, the golden era. The physiques of Arnold Schwarzenegger, the physiques of Frank Zane, Steve Reeves, a little bit earlier, Steve Reeves, Reg Park, Vince Gironda, who else? There's quite a few. There's so many guys, just everyone from back then, they've got this glow on their face, and you really just want to, you look back then, and you see Venice Beach, you see them training in California, you see the girls, you see just the way they're dressed and the way they're talking. It seems like a paradise, really. So these guys, for me, are an inspiration. But let's be honest here, if you're bodybuilding and you're a natural guy, you're not going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? You're not going to look like Lou Ferrigno. You're not going to look like even Frank Zane. Frank Zane has a very aesthetic physique, very aesthetic. But you're still not going to look like him, because these guys have genetics that are unbelievable genetics, okay? Now, I see this argument be used a lot online. You're never going to look like Arnold, you're never going to look like Frank Zane, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying you are, and I'm not saying you won't. I'm just saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is you have these guys as an ideal, as a god, essentially, right? As an idol. And you look at the idol, you look at the god, so to speak, and you use it as inspiration. You use it as fuel. I want to look like that, or I want to be like you. And you may not ever look like Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger, but what you will look like is the best motherfucking version of you. And I guarantee you that if you put in years of hard work into building a physique that is proportionate, symmetrical, strong, healthy, powerful, okay, you will look fantastic, okay? You will look in the mirror and you will see a god in yourself, okay? Because Arnold, I need to say it like that, Arnold Schwarzenegger, this motherfucker, he's an anomaly. He's like 1% out of the human population, He's a genetic freak in the sense of his chest, man. Have you seen his chest? Yeah, it's a fucking balloon, man. That's not a chest, it's a balloon, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger is a great inspiration. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a great inspiration, and he's one of my favorite role models, actually. I love the guy, seriously, and I've got pictures of him in my room, all over, plastered all over the walls and everything. So I love the dude, don't get me wrong, I love his mindset, I love his physique and everything, and I'm definitely modeling my physique on his, in the sense of just looking at the power, the raw, the mass of it. But I know that I'm not going to look like that, because number one, I'm never going to do steroids, because I'm not competing, and I'm not that egocentric to do roids just to get as huge as possible, because that's just not what I want to do. I want a aesthetic physique, I want a powerful physique, but I want a natural physique as well, right? I want a physique that's built through hard work, and I'm not saying roids is negating hard work, absolutely not. But what I'm saying is, I want to be natural, okay? And I'd like to stay natural, because I don't want those long-term harmful effects that come from using roids, especially if I'm not going to be competing, or, pardon me, I'm not in any sports or anything. I mean, I just see it as a waste of time then. But having an ideal, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Looking at Arnold Schwarzenegger's physique and saying that I want to look like that, there's nothing wrong with it, okay? It's just that you don't even need to think about the realism. All I'm saying is, 5 to 6 to 7 years down the line, when you don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, there's a potentiality of you being discouraged. And we don't want you guys to be discouraged from bodybuilding. I say we, I don't know who's we. I mean the bodybuilding community, okay? The strength community. We don't want people like you to be discouraged from bodybuilding or strength training, because strength training is not just training the body, it's training the mind. I think it's training the mind more than it's training the body. The body just responds, I guess, to what's going on in the mind. But remember, the progress that you make is proportionate to your own success and your own victories and your own conquests, okay? And that's all you've got to be focusing on, because the moment you start comparing yourself to other people, man, I'm telling you, it's a sin. It really should be a sin to compare yourself to other people. I mean, it says in the Bible, doesn't it? It says, do not covet your neighbor's goods or whatever, doesn't it? It says something like that. I know it does. It's very true. Don't look at other people and say, I want to be like you, I want to be like... Have an ideal, yeah, like an idol. Have a god in that sense, right? Something to look up to, but don't get attached and fixated on it, because if you do that, when you don't look like that exactly in one day's time after training, you're gonna get discouraged. And I'm saying this because I go through this. Yeah, I go to the gym, I get a good pump, I feel good, I've killed it, but then I look at myself in the mirror, I'm looking at Arnold, and I'm like, I don't look like Arnold. So you need to understand that your own progress is the only thing that's important, okay? Hope this message was useful. Take it easy, I'll see you in the next one.